One of the reasons San Diego is America's finest city is because of our rich culture and diversity. On the heels of Hispanic Heritage Month, we're giving you a look at a lesser-known population, but one that is equally vibrant and one that I'm familiar with. Take a look.
This is my mother, this is her sister, my grandmother, and my grandfather.
If the walls in Sarah Artenstein's Chula Vista home could talk, each one of these pictures would tell you an incredible story, a history many people may not know existed.
This is the Spanish, from my descendants, the Sephardic, and this is the Ashkenazi field there on the roof.
So this represents who you are?
Yes.
Jewish people are as diverse as the world we live in. Sarah, Mexican Jewish, was raised in Tijuana. It's where she met her husband Nathan. Together, they had 7 children.
My kids had a great life at the JCC in Tijuana, and we had a good life.
One of Sarah's children, her son Isaac, now a filmmaker.
When I graduated from film school, I never dreamt I would be doing documentaries about my Jewish Mexican heritage. But I got so tired of people asking, how does an Artenstein come from Mexico?
Tijuana es la capital del mundo.
Isaac created this film, Tijuana Jews, a documentary and a personal look at a community that blended Jewish and Mexican customs.
There was quotas at Ellis Island in the 1920s. People from certain countries could not come into the U.S.
Many Jews fleeing persecution ended up in a predominantly Catholic country, Mexico. Isaac's family originally from Poland, Greece, and Turkey, eventually settling in Tijuana surrounded by other families with similar backgrounds.
Centro Social Israelita de Baja California, Sarah Artenstein, 50 years founder.
The Artensteins, proud of their heritage, opened up the first Jewish community center in Tijuana.
I lived here for 56 years, but I miss Tijuana. Of course I miss Tijuana.
In the mid-1960s, they moved to Chula Vista. Today, they're one of more than 600 Mexican Jewish families living in San Diego, either from Tijuana or Mexico City.
Que no sepan más de penas. May you never again know suffering.
Oh, say shalom.
Rabbi Scott Meltzer of Or Shalom Synagogue in Bankers Hill says his congregation is home to many Mexican Jewish families. It's the reason he says his Spanish has strengthened.
We have a number of congregants whose parents and grandparents were best of friends back in Mexico. They've found each other in San Diego, and so they'll tell stories.
Muchísimas gracias.
And many of those stories live on here at the Ken Organization. The nonprofit is where young Latino Jews learn about their culture, values, and traditions. Janine Simpson, the current president, says the official language here is Spanish.
They know English. If we don't teach them Spanish, then where do they learn it from? Same as with Judaism, right? If we don't teach it here, then where do they learn it from? So that's why we specialize and work hard to strengthen that identity.
And part of that identity is the rich culture, which includes amazing food.
Chile is present in everything, but also Jewish, dishes are extraordinary.
Te voy a sacar lo que me mandó Cielo para las tortillas.
The Artensteins not letting me leave without enjoying a delicious meal. Chile rellenos, rice, and beans. A common theme at some traditional Jewish-Mexican events?
The typical menu is lox and bagels, of course, chilaquiles verdes, and refried beans. I guarantee you.
Vodka and tequila.
Vodka and tequila, both are kosher drinks. It really made me reflect on that whole question that you asked, how does it feel to be Mexican and Jewish? And to me, it's one thing. It's not a hyphenate. It really is a distinct identity.
A distinct identity that defines Isaac's work as he continues to make documentaries about Jews.
Incredible look at the history there.
How beautiful is that?
That was really interesting to see, and not everyone may know this, but you're Jewish, your husband's Mexican, so Daniela and your Milana, your other daughter, are going to be Mexican Jews, so the tradition lives on right next to us here.
I just feel so proud to live in a community where they're represented. That's
Absolutely.
what's the most important to me. So I'm glad that I could bring this story, and thank you to everyone who was able to share their stories. I mean, I could have done, a 30-minute documentary on this because it's so beautiful.
I'm telling you, the food when I come over to your house,
yes,
amazing.
It's exactly
and to know
like that.
At some of the celebrations, they have the tequila and the vodka.
Both still kosher. Yes.
Thanks for sharing that,
yes,
Stella. That was
course.
really interesting to see.
Of course.